Hi guys, I'm Kristy Jo, and today I'm going to just be telling you about where I'm at with my prep. I am now 7 weeks out from the next competition I'm going to be doing and competing in, and I am really, I'll be honest, I'm having a hard time getting myself in the mindset for it. And I don't know, I find that I put so much effort into coaching all of my clients and my business that sometimes I leave myself for last. And it's kind of ironic because that's the very thing that I help people figure out for themselves. So it looks like it's time to take some of my own medicine. So some of the things that have been going really well this last week, my training sessions have been out of this world. Without a doubt, I go in there, I have my muscle splits down, I am destroying every muscle group. I have to train very strategically because of my scoliosis. So basically, from about here, I'll only train from here up. I won't train my erector spinae muscles. I won't do any stabilization with my back. I'm going through some rehab right now. We're trying to shift the way the bones sit. So I don't want to mess with that either. So I do a lot of high work. I do a lot of high cable rows, everything just focused on just widening my lats, pulling out the thickness in my rhomboids a little bit more. I'm really trying to come in with some really strong posterior delts this competition. And for the past 8 months, I've been working on trying to create a little bit more thickness in between my shoulder blades, just because of the way my body's built due to my scoliosis. I have to train so that I create new aesthetics that my body naturally doesn't look, my body doesn't look where other people normally do. So I have to train almost twice as hard to get it to look like other people and then to be more competitive. So that's been interesting. I've been having some really good workouts. It's been very helpful for me because my traps sometimes tend to take a lot of my either lateral movements, back pull, things like that. So before any kind of exercise, I really pinch my trap and just hold until I feel it release. You will feel it release. It can take anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. Once I do that on both sides and those muscles just relax, boom. Okay, now I'm ready to train my back and get moving in a way that I'm going to pinpoint the areas that I want to train. I could do better at my HIIT cardio. I hit probably 3 sessions of 10 to 15 minutes of high intensity interval training. I did good at my steady state because that's a good time for me to answer emails, social media responses, things like that. So this next week I am going to up my game. I'm going to do 5 days of steady state at 45 minutes. I'm going to do that first thing in the morning, and then I'm going to train, and I'll do that on an empty stomach. And then later in the day, I'll just go and do my weight training sessions. And my lifting usually takes me about an hour, depending on the muscle groups. Smaller muscle groups or less frequent that I need to hit them, I'll do a little bit less. So yeah, I think that maybe 2 or 3 HIIT sessions following the training, the resistance training in the evening, afternoon, evening. I'll do probably a 10 to 15 minute HIIT training, and I'm gonna go hard this week at those. I'm gonna make it burn. With the food, I do great at pairing my veggies at every meal, getting a protein at every meal. I think my biggest obstacle at this point is just time. I just haven't had the time to go get the foods and do the prep that I usually want to do. I made a quick egg bake that made my breakfast really fast and easy. Grill up a bunch of chicken. I can grab that and go. I find myself doing tuna a lot. Raw nuts. It's growing old on me. I find myself turning more to olives for my power fat. Currently I'm doing 2 to 3 PVC meals a day, packaging those. Depends on the type of, the time I've been training, but this past week I did them all. No, I did 2 of them pre-workout and then I did 1 of them post-workout. I've been really good about having my post-workout protein shake. First thing in the morning, wake up, do 5 grams of glutamine in water. Glutamine again with my pre-workout, 5 grams of creatine. I've been really, really good with my supplementation of fish oil, of my magnesium glycinate, of my B complex. Lately I've been taking some, ginkgo biloba, just for concentration and focus. And I've kind of been doing it more as a test to see if I could feel a difference. And I wouldn't say it's a stark difference, but and it could completely be placebo. But the fact is I have a whole bottle left, so I'm going to keep taking them to help me focus, and we'll go from there. So I think at this point, the biggest obstacles for me are going to be the making the meals possible. I haven't really had any temptation as far as wanting to eat other foods or snack on something I shouldn't. It's more just keeping on what I've got to be doing and not going too long without food and drinking my water. So I'm going to keep my big water. See this guy. See, this is the problem. When I don't fill this up, I don't drink as much as I can. So sometimes I get lazy and I don't fill that up and I drink out of something like this. I don't like to drink out of cups, so I don't end up drinking half the water I would otherwise. Now, it's really interesting for athletes. Like we've got to make sure that we're drinking the water to not only help regulate the bodily processes, but we've got to balance it with the amount of output we're doing calorically in the gym and our training. So, you know, with where I'm at right now, about a gallon is fine, but as I increase my cardio and start sweating even that much more, I think I will be increasing more towards 1.5 gallons per day. I have been training in sweats a lot more lately, just been wanting to cover my body and harness that core temperature. That has really, I think, aided me in being able to feel like I was getting great training sessions, you know, bring on a sweat, be able to focus. I don't talk to people when I'm at the gym. I just keep my eyes down. Hopefully people don't think I'm a brat. Hopefully they just realize I'm there to train. I've just realized that that's one of the biggest obstacles to kind of ruining a training session can be too many people talking to you, interrupting you. You've got a finite amount of time to be there. You've got to hit all these muscle groups. You've got to have a certain amount of rest. Like this, such a scientific process. So for any of you out there with that, I would just say, you know, if someone keeps coming up to you and trying to talk to you, either you got to let them know ahead of time, or you've got to buffer that by just headphones in, head down, don't even look around or acknowledge people's presence, because that's pretty rude if they come up to you and like interrupt you in the middle of you putting on that like leave me alone sign. So I'm getting really excited. I've already got my suit and my heels. I ordered them like 3 months ago, so they're just sitting in the corner of my room to remind me what I'm working for. Yeah, I'll probably start practicing posing about 6 weeks out. So as of now, we're just do what you got to do, keep on keeping on, focus on your life. That's what contest prep is about. You know, we want to be careful about hyper obsessing on what we do. For first timers, everyone that I've coached through the process, it's normal to be a little bit over consumed. But after this, it's no, do what you got to do. Put in the time, do your posing, hit your cardio, hit your lifts, eat your food, and get out of it. Those of us who you know, competed a time or two, this is my, what is it, 10, 11? I get confused every time. But it's no grandiose event. It's just, again, it's a series of making baby decisions every day with the end goal in mind. And you know that each little progression brings you that much closer. And so the real skill set is in being able to ascertain, if I'm 7 weeks out from the show, my baby steps need to be this. And that's why it's very important for first, second, third timers to really get a coach so that you know what you're doing. So I'm excited for this next week. I'm fired up. I'm going to go tear it up. So hope each of you are training hard, eating right, and we'll catch you a little bit later.